Steve, as he talked about, the Republican convention is about to kick off next week with Mitt Romney set to accept his party nomination on Thursday. At the same time, a new poll out this week didn't have a lot of positive things to say about Congress. Joining us tonight to talk about it is U.S. Senator Mike Crapo. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Great to be with you.
Let's talk a little bit first about Romney's likability. What have you noticed? What have you seen? What have you heard about people who like him, people who don't like him?
You know, I think that it tends to be a Republican-Democrat issue more than really a real issue to the American voters. I remember back when George Bush was running, they used to say that he couldn't say these words right or that he didn't have good grammar or what have you. People didn't pay attention to that. I think that people are much more concerned about what's going on with the economy, jobs, and who really knows what the right vision for America is in terms of getting us back on top again.
Now, there's a new NBC Wall Street Journal poll out this week that reported only 12% of registered voters approve of the job Congress is doing. I'm sure it's all tied to the economy. What have you seen on the Hill?
I think it's very well understood on the Hill. And by the way, if I was one of those polled, I'd have said I don't approve of the job Congress is doing. As you may know, I've been working very hard with the Gang of Six and with the Bull-Simpson Commission to put a plan forward. But frankly, Congress is in gridlock. And I'm surprised that their approval ratings are in the double digits. I think that if you look at the people who approve them, it's probably you know, their staff.
So now that we touched on that, let's talk a little bit about the words fiscal cliff, and that you're one of the people who have orchestrated pretty much where we are now as far as trying to get us out of this and trying to get us away from that cliff. What's the progress? Where are we standing at right now?
Well, unfortunately, it appears that we won't see much resolution one way or the other in Congress before the election. I wish that were not true, but that's a political reality right now, in my opinion. That being said, we're going to have a lame duck session, in my opinion, and we're going to have to make immediate progress. If we don't, when we talk about the fiscal cliff, all of the 2001 and 2003 tax cuts will expire, and that means a $4+ trillion tax increase on everybody in America who pays any kinds of taxes, income taxes. And not just the wealthy. This is everybody, and frankly the middle and lower categories will pay a higher percentage increase. It also involves an elimination of the alternative minimum tax fix, the estate tax fix, some of the Medicare fixes that we've put into place, and the imposition of the sequestration that comes from last year's budget deal. The bottom line is, if Congress does nothing about this in the lame duck session, we could see us thrown into an immediate recession in the United States. And I think almost all economists are saying this is a time when Congress has to act. So the Gang of Six and I and other members are going to be putting some pretty bold proposals forward. I think the American people are going to back them and tell Congress they've got to take action.
Okay. Now, let's look ahead to November. We have an election coming up, if anybody's heard about that. We have an election. What do you see happening with Congress if Mitt Romney's elected or if President Obama is reelected?
Well, first of all, whoever's elected, we've got to deal not only with the fiscal cliff, but with our debt crisis. If Mitt Romney is elected, I think you will see a decided return to more market-oriented solutions rather than government, what I call caretaker solutions. And you can see where I come down on the issue. I mean, right now, we continue with President Obama to focus on trying to raise taxes and spend our way through this with borrowed money. We cannot continue to do that. I think that Mitt Romney will actually encourage people to make the tough choices, and it may not make him popular, but I think Americans are ready to face the tough choices. Okay.
Senator Crapo, you are a very busy individual. We appreciate you making time for us tonight. Thank you so much
Good to be
for
with
coming
you
on our show. Thank you.
Thank you.